Oh, my video. I'm like, what's going on? Where am I? There I am. Hello, welcome to our Joining in Light group. This evening, I'm going to join with Jesus and look at the desire for a difficult awakening. And we start with the light of divine being. And we ask Jesus what miracles are most helpful. Or, yeah. What do we least want to look at when it comes to a difficult awakening? And if you're new to this, we have a Joining in Light miracle worksheet that you can find on the website, joininginlight.net. Sometimes there's a link below the video. I think we still have it set up that way. And so we follow some steps in this process to join. And we can just begin with seeing how much we want this. And actually we can ask, do I have this desire below my level of awareness for a difficult awakening? And I hear yes for me.
It appears so, yes.
Yeah. He's just encouraging us to be gentle with ourselves.
You're blipping out just a bit there, Renee.
Oh, be gentle with ourselves, and we'll just go into deep listening. Let's see. Yeah, there's so many concepts about awakening. What it's supposed to look like.
I notice there's a part of my mind that wants to deny that I have a desire for a difficult awakening. And then there's a part of my mind that's going, yep.
I was just seeing kind of like how there's been so much time and like this idea of evolution and how, what's considered spiritual or what even awakening has changed so much. And so this what's given is like a directness to just go directly to light, go directly to Jesus and ask for his interpretation of awakening. And that's how we stay out of the difficulty. Let him.
Sounds like you're teaching.
What's that?
Sounds like you're teaching.
Mm.
Are we relishing the desire now, or what are we doing?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, see how much you want it. A difficult awakening. Jesus, is this holding or releasing?
what I'm hearing is that there's some belief that in order to awaken, it has to be difficult. Can't be easy.
I just really relish the idea of awakening. And that seems to take time, and it makes it seem difficult. So we'll do a light check. The light is here.
Jesus, show us the depth of how deeply we relish this desire. It's the relishing of it, not the experiencing of it.
I'm hearing it seems like something to do like everything else.
Mm. Yeah, I'm hearing this belief that anything of value has to be fought for, or it's not valuable.
Hmm. Yeah, we could ask like what other ways we value this, and yeah. How is a difficult awakening heaven?
I see that I have like traditional ideas.
Mhm.
About awakening?
Yeah. they really seem to just get in the way. They're like judgments.
Um,
It's like a voice that says, we do it like this, we don't do it like that. That's not spiritual, or just a whole lot of opinions. And then I, whatever that is, I try to follow those opinions, like, because they're traditional or something. Like, if you don't, you're not spiritual, or something like that. Yeah. And then I go, oh, is that the voice? No, it's not.
Yeah. Say no.
Yeah, there's just such a habit of focusing on the form.
Yeah, like a voice that says, in order to awaken, it would need to be like this, and I would need to be this person, and think like this isn't the right time period. Yeah, it's just all sorts of guessing. It's like guessing voices.
Well, let's look at the relishing of that desire, that it's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
Like really seeing that we want it. Jesus, show us how much we want this desire. I'm getting some glimpse of the ridiculousness of desiring a difficult awakening. Like, why would I do that to myself? So looking at the relishing of that.
Yeah, I keep noticing that something wants to distract from the pure relishing of it, like just being with the feeling.
Yeah, I hear it's like I don't want to wake up. I do not want to wake up.
Well, that would definitely make waking up difficult then if we don't want to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the honesty of God? We could look and see.
About the not wanting to wake up?
What's that?
Yeah.
About not wanting to wake up? I hear that's, it's like the no to light, just absolutely really like underneath the idea of waking up, there's this desire not to wake up.
Yeah.
I'd be really hard on myself because I like it as well.
I don't know if this is relevant, but I just saw in my mind's eye, like, have you ever gotten a call from somebody that you don't know, like on the internet? Like you don't, someone you don't recognize the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the internet, you mean?
Yeah, I heard the difference between awakening and resisting it is just answering the call.
Yeah, reminds me of Kay kind of joking about being, on the line with Jesus and the static. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. There's too much static.
Yeah, that sounds like making awakening difficult. Yeah.
Any way possible.
Yeah, and we have concepts about, like we were saying, about what awakening is, what difficult is.
Yeah.
I can see though that there's a part of me that just wants to answer the call. And that part of me is like the divine function.
And the thing we want to remember with all this is that we're focusing on what's standing in the way of it. What's blocking it? What's distracting us? What are we avoiding?
Just a lot of ideas.
I was hearing like dropping thought seems difficult.
That's probably why it doesn't say anything about that in the course. Like, it doesn't talk about like dropping thought, like as if you could do it.
Talks about coming to silence.
Yeah. I just keep hearing like, if you can't do this, you're weak. Like you're a weakling.
So maybe like a value is strength in the difficulty. It's like wanting strength through a difficult awakening.
Oh yeah.
And we want to take it clear down as far as we can to see just really the depth of how much we want this. Otherwise, it just repeats itself and repeats itself and repeats itself.
Yeah.
How much I really want a difficult awakening. It's kind of anti whatever.
Antichrist.
Yeah. Huh. I feel like there.
What are we hearing? Release? Holding?
Actually, oh, Kati just joined.
Ah, welcome. We are looking at the desire for the experience of a difficult awakening. It's a good one, right? we all got all the thumbs up here.
So many of these desires seem below my level of awareness. I'm like wanting to deny that I would ever want a difficult awakening.
But there's a part of me that feels like that could be exciting.
Sick, Elliot.
I'm just being honest. I mean, it's ego honesty, but it's just pushing everything up to the surface. Yeah.
We were asking too if this is holding or release right now, like with the relishing.
I want to reach for something. Yeah. I want to externalize. Like it's a habit. And the story is that by doing that, like it makes it difficult. Why are you slapping yourself? Stop slapping yourself. Why are you doing that? It's like that. And then you slap yourself because you're slapping yourself. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, judging the judgment. So just go stay below. Just stay with the desire.
Has anyone gotten in touch with how deeply this is, how deeply we relish it?
Maybe Kiki has.
Well, what were you hearing, Mary, about holding or releasing?
It's like on the surface, I want to deny it, but underneath that, it's like I've already been shown that, I want a difficult awakening. And so the more I look at it, because we've looked at it before, the more it just softens, it begins to dissipate. But you really have to look at it. You can't intellectualize it or, look at the concepts or whatever. It's just like, I'm just, if Jesus says that I have this desire, then I'm going to look at it.
And then there's a part of me that wants to yell, look at it, at myself.
That wants to what?
It wants to yell, look at it.
Hmm.
And then I wonder if that's gentle.
That's sideways. That's not looking.
Yeah.
Looking doesn't really require a lot of talking or a lot of analyzing. It's listening to Jesus, really. What is Jesus telling us about this desire to have a difficult awakening, and then speak what we hear from him, from Holy Spirit?
Yeah, I see that. I want to, like, when a dog has an accident in the house, I want to like push the dog's face into the when it had an accident. Like I want to do that in my own mind. Like, look what you did. See this? Like, bad dog.
Yeah, that's still going sideways.
Yeah.
It's just like be with it without trying to make anything happen.
It feels like we need to still answer that question if it's holding or release. And just stay with that yes or no, the simplicity of that. Ask the question, even if it's just asking what's the most helpful question right now.
What's the payoff of a difficult awakening?
Proves I'm right.
What's the payoff of being right?
Like there's just that idea of safety.
Mm. Oh, like a sense of security, huh? Yeah.
Were you hearing something, Mary, about that? Like wanting to be right if there's something below that?
I went back into the relishing.
Yeah, that's the deepest. It's like anything else is just a distraction. Noticing some release now.
It's definitely power.
Yeah, I want distraction to be an answer or the answer. I want distraction to be the answer.
Mm.
I have this image of God as like Elf on the Shelf, he's taking tally of when I goof up and when I don't. And that makes for a difficult awakening.
It's funny that you used the word goof, because I was thinking about what is it that I feel like I will not be able to have. And that the answer that came was a goofy personality. I feel like God's gonna take my ability to be like goofy or silly away.
Mm.
I just hear he'll retranslate it, you know, so that it's
What
only
was
in
that?
purpose. I'm hearing he'll just retranslate it so that it's only used in purpose, you know.
I see.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
and
it's
there's just
definitely
a sense of ease. So it's
right.
like
It's an ego objection.
difficulty is not natural. It's not natural. And we can see in the light that there's no difficulty. So we can just do a light check and just check in.
In order for a release to occur, we're going to have to really look at this and own it. What, Ellie? Seems like we're dancing around here, folks.
Are you hearing that there's just holding?
Yeah, I hear it's not wanting to go deep.
I've been hearing that there's release. But there's
Now,
definitely more to see.
yeah.
Definitely more to see. But it's been getting lighter.
Yeah. I'm really feeling the release now, like right after you said that.
Is that what Jesus is telling you? Have you had a miracle?
Are you asking me?
Elliot said he felt a release.
There's still some holding. Yeah. But it is way less.
I can just see, you know, the self, the self. I'm doing this to myself.
Self-torture?
I heard self second guessing.
Like the withholding.
Yeah.
Like relishing withholding miracles and not wanting to wake up. It's really at the core of it is like that I do not want to wake up. But just to, I'm hearing just to stay with that, to see that that's just a thought, that's a concept. This idea that I don't want to wake up. It's a desire.
Somehow there's a belief that the more difficult it is, then the farther I'll get in some way. Like earning my way to heaven.
Climbing the ladder.
Hmm.
Somehow having a more difficult awakening means I've earned it in some way by suffering. That sure sounds like God. Not.
What I hear is just, it's also wanting to make talking to Jesus difficult, being in a dialogue with him, like on a consistent basis. Like somehow it's difficult not to, or it's difficult to ignore the ego and just only listen to that voice. Like really wanting that to be difficult.
And then I hear that voice say, people who can hear the voice are better than people who can't, and yada yada yada. There come the spiritual superiority judgments, and then use those to attack myself.
Just say no.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe a good question is this the voice? Is this the voice? No, it's not.
Is this you, Jesus? You can ask.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can really get lost listening to the other voice that's trying to question or analyze or whatever. What is so interesting about some of these desires, this desire that, like I said before, on the surface, it doesn't seem like I want this, but if that's what's being guided, then really looking at it and owning it. And that's it. It's just, as Kay keeps saying, it's just energy that needs to be released.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing as well, is that it's just energy, it's energetic investment in the untrue. And we are, we're past the 40-minute mark, Mary. And I was actually hearing that we're complete for now anyway, so unless there's anything else we're feeling or we're prompted to share.
Feels good here.
Yeah, I'm hearing that just being willing to admit it and look at it is, and then ask Spirit what there is to see for the healing of the mind, and listen. And
Yeah.
speak here.
Yeah.
Kati, are you hearing anything you want to share?
I didn't. I dropped in later, so I didn't know what the question was.
Just ask. You can just ask anytime. We try to keep repeating it so we don't forget, even if we started out at the beginning. And the desire was for a difficult awakening. Like, I'll never wake up. This is too difficult. All these terrible I'm being asked to sacrifice and do things I don't want. Yeah.
Like I could have a good time even if I'm don't trying to be a drama queen.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. We love the drama queen stuff.
feels important. It's my stage.
Yeah, just looking at the relishing of that.
Yeah. there are just so many ideas about awakening. So it's a good one to stay with him on. Just stay with me is what I hear. Stay with me. We'll keep looking at it, and we may join on it tomorrow evening as well. We'll see.
Wonderful.
And thank you. Thank you all for coming.
Bye-bye.
Being
Bye.
the
Thanks for joining.
light.